Although the Eskimos have been carving for thousands of years, the outside world didn't know very much about Eskimo art until the 1950s. Most of the earliest carvings were tools and household articles, but some carvings were replicas of animals, designed to placate powerful spirits, and miniature tools were placed in graves in the belief that the deceased could later enlarge them to their natural size. Today, the Eskimo still carves much as his ancestors did, but the small, relatively lightweight carvings of the older nomadic Eskimos are being replaced by larger, heavier items that can command several $1,000s apiece in the marketplace.
When the artist starts carving, before he starts, he will find a rock and he will look at it and he will find a shape in it, which then inspires him to carve it out. It's the old story of Da Vinci, you just cut away what you shouldn't keep. They mainly carve animals such as seal, caribou, walrus, whale, and there's a great emphasis put also on the human form. There's traditionally a very close bond in the family, so you'll see the mother very often with the child, which is really carved by the husband very often. The mother and child unit is very often portrayed, and very often portrayed as very bulky on a rather small or proportionately small base, and it has a lot to do with the burden the mother carries. That's very often, if you look through the exhibit, you might find that a mother and child unit has a tippy base or has an inverted pyramid shape. It is accentuated by the clothing they wear. In the amautik, which is the woman's clothing, there's a big pouch in the back in which she carries her child. This makes it bigger again. Very often when they carve animals such as a seal, it's a fat one. It's a roly-poly type, and simply because that's the seal they like to catch. They will very rarely carve a very skinny seal because it's not really the thing that's worth hunting. It's an amazing thing. He either is physically a hunter or he is a mental hunter. There are sons today that don't go hunting because they were 14 years in school, and by 16 they're having a job, maybe with a government agency or something, and they become carvers. But the hunting is deep in them, within them. And they go hunting whenever they can. It's the tie to the land, I presume. The tie to the land, the tie to their needs. Hunting to them is not a sport as we see it down south here. It's really providing for themselves, meat, a certain amount of income. A very interesting thing is when they kill a seal, traditionally they'll give him a drink of water after he's dead. It's a very deep signifying thing. He always needs seal to live, and he will give him a drink of water, so if I call it that way, the seal's soul is appeased and is happy by nourishing the man, the hunter, and his family.